today I want to show you how to make one of these little fabric hearts for your journal covers. All you're going to need is either some packaging, some cardstock, and your fabric scraps, lace scraps, and a few embellishments like buttons, charms, or some words maybe. So all up to you. Please stay tuned. We are going to be making it right now. Okay, first step that I do is get my card. Now you can use packaging like I am. You can use cardstock. It needs to be quite heavy, you know, so just bear that in mind. I am going to just quickly draw a rough outline. You don't need to draw. I haven't been doing any drawing. As you can see, my drawings of hearts are pretty rubbish. So that's why I don't bother. I just go for it and cut them out like this. As you can see, nowhere near the shape that I actually drew. Now you can make your hearts big and fat. You can make them like skinny, whatever you want. And however they turn out is perfectly okay. So that is your first step. So what you've got is, I've got this nice white side that I've now drawn on, which is probably why I don't do the drawing. But you've got this gorgeous rustic corrugated look on this side. And I'm going to embellish this one up. So I'm going to grab my fabrics and I'm just going to start layering some on. So you don't need to fill the whole thing, but that's completely up to you. I will probably cut a heart shape out in a minute, roughly. I'm going to end up with loads of threads. So what should we do? I think I'm going to cut one out of this. This is like a quilting. It's got like a layer of soft stuff. And to do it, all I'm going to do is lay this on. There's so many different ways to do these. And every one will turn out differently, depending what you're using, what scraps you've got, you know, what your theme is. You can do this for any theme you like. I am obviously doing shabby chic because that is what I am totally into at the moment. Shabby chic and grungy are my favourites right now. Funny how you go through phases, don't you, of what you like. Right, I'm going to move that away. So I've got my shape, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to start just putting bits on top of this. Random little bits that I'm just going to rip. And I will make sure that all my edges are quite shabby, like this, because I think it just adds to the whole sort of vintage vibe. Now I want to peel some of this off. I really should do with having a bit of something to put it on. Let's get that back. I'm going to put all my scrappy bits on here because otherwise I'm going to end up with a table full of threads everywhere. This is just layers. I found this that I'd made ages ago. It's just circles cut, so I'm going to put that on as well. Whatever I can find digging in here. Do I want this? This is like some, I don't think it really goes. Oh, I might put some of this on. Oh, look at that. And if you can tear and you're doing shabby chic, and tear. Oh, I don't think it tears that way. It tears this way. And just layer up. This stuff's really cool. I'm still going with this tablecloth. I've used this so many times in so many projects. It's just awesome. And we're gonna just shabby the ends up because I don't want any straight bits. And this does cut quite nicely. Let me just use my scissors. Give it a bit more of a Oh, yeah, definitely a bit more shabby now. And I'm going to dangle that off the edge here. Oh, look at it, it's turning out so cute already. Want something up here. Don't know what. What have I got? Got a bit of this. Don't know what this is. A bit of bandage, I think. I save everything. I'm going to put it under there, but over there. So you can see little bits of all sorts peeking through. So added my fabrics. Next step is to add some buttons. Buttons, and I've got my buttons here. So I've got buttons, charms. Let me move these. Oh, oh, it's still attached. Get rid of the threads. Oh, you could put your threads on if you wanted to. Nothing's stopping you. I have it that way. So I've got a big basket, my usual basket that is never ending, of scraps of doilies and lace and all sorts. And I'm just going to put them on. I am just going to pile it on. I don't know what I've got in here. It's like a little treasure trove. I've got some of that. Got some of this, but I don't know. I need some finer lace now. There we go. There's a little bit. Do I want all of that? Nope. I'm going to have some of that. I'm going to save some. Won't be able to find it when I need it. But I'm just going to pop it on. I think that is probably enough. I've got this gorgeous strip of flowers, which I'm just going to cut a little bit off. And we're going to pop that on as well. So there we go. Add some buttons, and then I'm going to sew it all together. Then the tricky bit starts. So I might pop that in the middle of there. Or do I want a white one? Just go with it. There we go. If you don't like it, shuffle it round, have another go. I'm not sure I like that, you see. But just keep playing with it. You will get to a point where you love it. Okay, I might put another button on yet. So all I'm going to do now is get my needle threaded. If you like, you could glue all these bits down with like a glue stick. But I'm not going to worry, because I think it will move wherever it should be. And it doesn't matter where it ends up, because it's just a shabby chic scrappy heart, and they can look like anything. You can do them plain. You only want to add a few bits, or you could go to town like me and throw everything at it. I know, gone a bit mad on this one. So I'm just going to go across a bit underneath so that I come up somewhere around here. And I'm going to stitch this one down. If you want to sew this on the sewing machine, you can. If you want to glue it all down, do that. There's no rules. No rules to how you want to do it, or what suits you. There you go. You can make your stitches invisible by doing them really, really tiny, or just plain running stitch. If you can do a running stitch like up and down like that, then you can do this project. Just like that. And I'm going to go one more stitch down to the end. Ooh, see, now that's fell off, but I can put it back on. I'm going to do invisible stitches across the bottom of here. So that means I'm going to go really, really tiny, because I don't want to see them at the end of here. No, come on. Up we go. There we go. And it doesn't matter what it looks like on the back, because that'll be hidden. No, I'm not going to show you the back. I'm not showing you. Now I am going to put this on, tuck it in there, and sew this bit. She says, oh, it's a bit tricky, but you know, take your time. Slow stitching is about enjoying the process. It's not a race. If you're not enjoying it, put it away, come back to it later on. Like I said though, if you're not into slow stitching, you can glue it. You could use your machine, and they turn out just as nice however you do them. I'll show you a few at the end that I have glued, and some I've done on the machine, so that you can get an idea of the different sort of effects. Like you don't know. Like you don't know. Right, let's just put this one on. And I've run out of cotton. So finish this off. Right, let's spread that out. Because what I think I'm going to do is add a word on here. I've got one of mine, which I may put on, but it needs a bit of backing. I've also got some from Chic. I was lucky enough to be a member of her design team, way back, over a year ago, I think. And I've printed out some of her words onto fabric, and I use them occasionally. And I think that one would look really nice there. It does need something at the back of it. Back out with the box of scraps, and we're going to grab something like this. And we're going to trim it down slightly. Save that scrap. Save it all. Don't throw anything away. So I'll pop that onto there. Oops. And I'm not even going to put it on straight, because I want it like that. I'm going to sew it straight onto there. I've just looked out the window while I got up to get the words, and I've done some coffee dyeing for my next grungy junk journal, and I've just noticed that the paper has now blown all over the garden, because when I took it out there was not a breath of wind, not a single bit. And of course, as soon as I've come in and it's partly drying, the wind has picked up. So I'm going to have to go out there in a minute and collect all my grungy paper from all over the garden, which is, you know, just one of the hazards of dyeing your own paper. I keep getting caught in the fluff at the back of this, but it will be fine. If you enjoy my content and you want to support me, there is a little button underneath the video that says thanks, and it's a way that you can support me, and I would really appreciate it if you can spare anything to click on that and just say thank you. That would be absolutely awesome. I feel a bit weird asking, but I was going to start looking at the membership side of YouTube, and it's all very complicated, and I can't figure out how to do it all yet. I haven't got time to sit and actually read through it all and look at it all. Right, we are at the end of sewing this on, and I'm going to add, while I've got it here, a little button, and because I've got some thread left, and I'm going to pop that just here because that's where I've ended up. Oh, I've lost it already, dropped it out. Oh, here she is. Did you hear the meow? She's popping up. She's going to be up in a minute. She's looking for a way up. Here she comes. Watch out, world. Here comes the cat. Right, I'm going to tie this off. She can't find a way over. I've got the baskets of lace and fabric in her way. So she's like a bit disgruntled that she can't get past. I'm going to put a little dangle on there. What do you think? We could dangle, couldn't we? That'd be pretty cool. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, you can do whatever you like with these. What do you think? Let's tie that on first so it doesn't fall off, and then I'll go round and do it a bit more. There we go. I mean, that is just perfect to top your journal. You got a little mini journal, it would cover the whole thing. If you didn't, it would be just like a part of your front cover. I think it would be super cool. Right, there you go. I think that will do me for this one. And now all that remains is popping it onto here. I'm going to glue it. You could sew it on, but then you'd have all the holes where your sewing is. There we go. And that's how I make them. I want a little bit of that showing, otherwise there's no point. And there we go. All the ones I've made this afternoon. Had a lovely time. They're very addictive, I'm just warning you now. Okay, so this one I'd made previously, and it's just got, this is just onto ordinary like cardstock, and it's just got layers of, it's got a doily in there, so you can add paper. It's vintage lace. This is a sample of some upholstery fabric, and I've got flower on that one. These are sort of in the making of my next shabby chic lot. So this would sit maybe on the front of there with some more embellishments on. I would probably put something else behind, like some lace or something, you know, like just put some more layers. But that would go on the front of your journal, and I think that would look really pretty. I mean, how cool are these? You use them for all sorts. So, yeah, so we'd made that one together. I did a long one, folded up some foil, sewn on a button. And this one, I've used my machine and just gone round the outside. This one's, I've cut 2 shapes of hearts out, and I've glued this one completely. It's all glued, apart from this bit where I just sewn on, and I've added another heart on top. So this one is quite dimensional. I love this one. This one turned out really cute. I've got a little dragonfly on, butterfly. And then I made a couple of square-ish ones. This one's a proper tag, sewn and then glued on. This one is, what did I do? Oh yeah, I machine stitched the base and then I hand sewed the top and this bit on. My machine wouldn't go through that. But yeah, this bit's all hand sewn, as you can tell by the wrinkle. But yeah, super fun. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves and I hope you get to make some. They are so much fun and quite versatile. If you make little tiny ones, you can just pop them on as like pocket embellishments as well. So I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Bye for now.